So I'm gonna do a bit of a recap for Act 1 because there were some changes. So I'm gonna do a bit of a recap to let everyone know what happened. So first of all, gnolls, they were bad. Someone got the shit rot from eating poo. Someone pooed in a blood pool. Then there was a little bit of crime. Someone beat up a carnival games person on the side of the road, but then got their shit kicked in by the carnival games person because it turns out that was a bishop. Then on the way back, they did some work in a brothel, as you do, getting a job and a reputation. They made some friends. They made some enemies. They mostly made enemies, and then they were sent off on a long trip to, get some nice medals. They got the medals. They encountered the Power Rangers and were betrayed. And then were betrayed. And then were betrayed.
Surprisingly, not by the Power Rangers.
Surprisingly, not by the Power Rangers. The Power Rangers were doing everything as expected of them. Then they broke out of a prison, killed a ranking member of the government, and one member of the Guild of Icons, Eao in the top left there, played by Skylar, was made the Low Marshal, essentially, kind of like a member of Parliament, kind of like a high-ranking member of Parliament, and a general, all in the space of about 3 weeks. Oh, and I didn't even mention Baboonmas.
Look, all I'm
in
saying
fairness,
is
we had off like a 2 months off time at some point.
You did have a bit of a break, yeah. You did have a bit of a break.
I do want to say that all that work I did at the brothel really helped with my low marshal position. Like, it really helped me get that job.
Yeah. Oh, it was important. It was...
Yeah.
all that brothel work, it'll get you places. It'll certainly get you places. So, now... Okay. The former head of the Guild of Icons, the Low Marshal Karas Lightminster, is dead, murdered ruthlessly by an employee known as Grounded.
He fell.
Die-harded. She die-harded him. She lifted him up to a high height and just dropped him. What we're going to do now is basically what's happened in between. There's been a little bit of downtime where I've been very briefly getting Skylar used to the idea of running the company and what is required and all of the shitload of rules that I've handed to you. But now, what has happened is you have chosen, in the sort of rubble of the building, a quest. And you know some information, and I'm going to let you impart that onto the rest of the guild, because you've not told them yet what they've got to do.
Okay, so, let me set the scene. We're sitting where we normally are, in the office inside the Guild of Icons headquarters. Something seems off. You can't quite put your finger on it, but there's something off about... There's no ticking. The clock is gone.
Oh, it's completely gone.
Yeah, no, the clock is not there anymore. There's a story, you will not hear that story.
Out of time, eh?
And so, Eao gathers you all forward and sits you down and begins explaining. The good news is, we have a job. The bad news is, I'm going to have to cut all your pay. So, the thing about the old Low Marshal is, he was not running this place like a business. This place has no sustainability. We have no money. So, I'm going to be having to dock all of our pay for a bit. On the bright side,
I'm pretty sure you kept cheating him out of money.
I don't think he cared. On the bright side, we do have a job that we need to be doing. Well, that we'll be doing. People over in the docks are vanishing when they die. Like,
what is this?
Poof. Oh, no, like puff of mist, poof, they're gone. When they die
first? Or?
Yeah, no, they die first, and then poof.
So you have two contacts. So basically what happened was before the death of the Low Marshal and his workers did go out and meet people and get new contracts, and they were part of the way through investigating this one when he died. And so now it's fallen to you to get started. Normally you would be going out meeting people, drumming up work, that sort of thing, but this one's sort of the legwork at the beginning has been done for you. But it won't be that case in the future. So you have two contacts on this, and they are both in Lowharbour at the moment, which is, as you might guess, down by the docks. You have Lisanne Petrel, She is a cleric of Morian, and she has been dispatched by the church to investigate what is going on, because funerals are Morian's kind of thing, and with all the bodies disappearing, there isn't much to give rights to. So they're a little worried that they're being... their toes are being stepped on, basically. They're not necessarily sending people out of the goodness of their own hearts, shall we put it that way. They're interested in profit as well. And you also have Ton Blackcavern, who is the master of Lowharbour. It's kind of an unofficial sort of mini-mayor role. Like, he's in charge of it's an informal union, basically, down in the dock workers, and he represents them. And he meets the low council to make sure his demands are met, because this is a pretty big port town, as you can guess. So whoever has the dock workers at their back pretty much controls a lot of the money coming in. The merchants want to keep him happy, and everyone wants to keep him happy. So he's down there. They're both ready and waiting to meet you all. The contact has been made already by Lightminster before. They don't know who they're expecting, but they're expecting the Guild of Icons.
Are we meeting them together or separately?
That's up to you.
Because if possible, I would like to meet them like both at the same time.
Okay. If you'd like to do that, go for it. Split up however you'd like for that.
Oh no, I meant like get them together to meet up.
Oh, I see. Us. Oh yeah, you can do that. Yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah.
I'm assuming I could like send a letter like a day beforehand to have them meet up at the same place.
Yeah, you can get one of your staff to run down there and tell them to meet up if you want. It'll probably be faster than a letter. You have your hirelings, and it's not frankly that far away.
Oh no, she's writing the letter, then she's going to have them hand deliver it.
Fair enough, just to make sure. Okay, well, in that case, we can fast... if there's nothing else you want to do before setting out for that, we can fast forward to that meeting, if you'd like.
Just so everyone knows, I go by Glarus now, I run out of die.
Seems an odd reason to change your name.
No green. No.
I mean...
Still main, no green.
I mean, you have the main and you have the green.
It just time for a change. It just meant to step in name and...
Fastpod it is.
I'll get somebody to change it in the books.
The original book should not be a concern. I am written down completely different today.
Another thing, can I get unbanned from the Summer District?
I'll get to that soon.
That one's going on the back burner, I think.
It might be useful whenever I actually have a job in the Summer District.
Maybe.
Grounded has proven herself quite useful in lifting and dropping people.
She might get a job in Lowharbour then. Dock workers will love it. Okay.
So
just working as a crane.
Yeah, so unless anyone has any other questions about this... Oh, wait, there is actually something that I should mention. Currently, as I mentioned, we have 2 employers. The guild will be being paid about 1,000 gold, by the dockmaster for this job, half of which will be split evenly between us, so 100 gold. However, the priest of Marion, if we could capture whoever's responsible alive, is willing to pay us an additional 2,000 gold. Which, of course, half of that will be split evenly between us.
That is a pretty good...
We'll consider that, even though this is a chance to screw with Morian's people again.
Yes, remember, you have 150... Assuming we do all the objectives correctly, we have 150 gold for each of us. I want you to think about that. That's a lot of money.
I think your math went off there somewhere.
It may be off somewhere.
Because you said it split the first 1,000, like 10% each.
Look,
then the second 10% each, and somehow you reached 5% each.
Heyo.
Okay.
Do you remember what happened to the last time a low marshal stiffed us on pay?
I mean, that was more than pay.
I genuinely don't know. We always stiffed him on pay. Like, I have the numbers. We stiffed him hard on pay.
A lot, yes. I noticed. Even I noticed what you were doing there.
Okay, fine. I'm not bad at quick math. 300 gold. I believe that's what it's supposed to be at.
Worst case scenario, you do have a hireling who is an accountant. They can sort that all out for you if you want.
Yeah, but yes, that's our pay situation and our incentive to behave. I'm looking directly at Rosette.
I promised nothing.
And I expect nothing. Okay.
At least we have equal standards for one another.
Oh, amazing.
Okay. Yeah, we should probably move on now.
Okay, let's cut to it then. You walk into what is quite a large dockyard warehouse. There aren't so many offices in this area. Pretty much every building here is being used for either storage or has tooling and people in it busying about with trade, with transport and that sort of thing. So this is the sort of largest space they could create for a meeting in such short notice. And as you walk in, there's this small figure, not gnome height, probably about 5'5", smallish, in a big white hood, and she turns and she raises her arms, and she goes, "Friends! I'm so glad to see you!" And she runs over to you, and then she stops and goes, "We are friends, right?"
I assume you're the priestess Amorian, right?
Yes, Lisa.
Then yes, we are friends.
Oh, it's so good to meet you, friends.
Low Marshal Eao Dunwich, pleasure to meet you.
Low cleric, well, just cleric, I think. Well, not even that. Soon I'll be a cleric. I need. Anyway, we don't need to talk about that. Friends, I'm so glad to meet you. It's been so good. I've just been with Grumpy over there, and she points, and there is this mountain of a man. You know, in freezers where they've got those huge racks of meat that they keep stored. He looks like one of those. And he's wearing a tank top, and everything that you can see of him is either calloused, scarred, or covered in hair. And he turns around to you, and he's naturally bald, but all of that is callous and scar. And he grunts and he gestures at a row of 5 terrible makeshift chairs that not makeshift, but they've been used a lot, and they're a bit rickety. In the center of the horn, just sit.
I take a seat, the closest seat to him. Eao Dunwich, Low Marshal, pleasure to meet you.
He stays standing because if he sat in any of the chairs, they'd probably break. But he extends a hand and he shakes your hand. He goes, "Ton, you can call me Ton."
I'm sorry, say that again, Nick.
Ton.
The name?
Ton.
Tom?
Ton.
T-O-N-G.
Ton.
Nick.
Ton.
I need you to spell it.
T-O-N.
T-O-N, okay.
He's just staring at you. Ton.
Wait, I didn't hear that.
Say my name. It's Ton.
Pleasure to meet you, Tom.
Ton. Yeah.
It's not Thomas.
And
That could be a name.
Lisanne literally skips over to the chair and then sits down. It's like, they don't normally let me out. Just
I don't see why not.
Oh, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Very
It's gonna be great.
sociable.
I've trained for so long.
Oh no.
Ton Black
Oh,
Cabin brings in a crate. It's not a big one. It's about about 1.5 foot by 1.5 foot.
A fruit crate.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's like, we didn't have anything smaller. Opens it, and there's a small pile. Looks to be about 8 ounces of salt. And he gestures and it goes, "That's a man named Amali. He was one of my best. Or at least that's all we got left."
Where exactly did this happen?
He points outside the door, and he went, "Sometimes the cranes don't play well. Sometimes accidents happen. Crate landed on him 3 days back. When we took the crate off, he was gone, just this."
And was this the first incident like
No.
this?
No. We've had
I meant
12 so far that we've
12?
noticed. At least. It's been going back a few months. We have been asking, but no one gives a shit. They're already dead after all.
Well, I'll have you know that currently the guild is under new management, and we're here now.
Well, that's good. Because the last one was a right arsehole, I'm not going to lie.
He was.
But yeah, at least 12. It's all the ones we've noticed, but who knows?
What is the earliest date you can remember this starting?
About 3 months back.
And around that time, anything interesting come into the port?
No, well, there's always interesting stuff coming into the port. Wizards get a lot of weird shit, but nothing unusual. Nothing unusual. We did hear some weird stuff going on in Fish Street. which I don't know if you know, is where we do all the fishmongering. Not much unusual stuff happens on Fish Street, what with the stench, but still, occasionally you hear of weird things, and that day was one of them. Could have been a drunk, don't know. But there was someone wandering around in the middle of the night. This ain't a place where people live, it stinks. Could have been a thief. Fucking hate thieves. He spits on the ground.
They're terrible people. Terrible.
Can I inspect the remains?
Sure, roll me. What are you inspecting for? Before I ask you what you're rolling.
Magic.
You're checking for magic. Okay, so that'll be Arcana.
Oh, I even have proficiency in that.
Okay.
That's an 8.
Alright, you are pretty sure that this is not a corpse. It may have been once, but it's not now.
Can I
suspect as much.
Can I use medicine to see if there's anything about the salt that would suggest it did come from a corpse at some point?
Yeah, okay, go for it. Yeah.
It's going...
Tasting it? No. That's not how medicine checks normally work, I hope.
That's a geology check.
I mean,
this person's at 0 health. I need to revive them with the healer's kit. Well, time to lick them.
in days gone by, they did actually perform tests on urine and the like by tasting it. Just a helpful piece of trivia for you.
The moment Glarus' hand goes near the ashes, I slap it away.
Oh no, I don't touch it. I was making fun of Grounded.
Yeah, that's a 9, sorry.
That's a 9. You're not sure. It's certainly unusual to have this amount of salt in your body, as best you know. It could be some unusual humours, of course.
Okay.
Those humours look a bit solid.
I'm going to turn over towards the cleric ? And ask her what if the Church of Morian has been able to learn anything about what's going on.
She looks a bit flustered at that, and she says, "Well, it's difficult. We're very good at life and death, and I can tell you that some of the people who've changed, I suppose, into the salt. They certainly were dead when it happened, but not for very long. It seems to happen the moment they die. We're very good at. We can detect when people are dying and when they're going to die, and sometimes we can stop it. But in this case, when they're already dead, there's not much we know about that sort of thing. If they're changing, you might need someone who's perhaps better at transmutation, or if they're being consumed by the fires of hell, you might need a different priest. I don't know, but I'm excited to learn. So do tell me if you find anything.
Just out of curiosity, how do you tell when someone is about to die?
Oh, well, we get a little whisper from Maureen, and he just, lets us know. I've never heard it personally, but I'm told that we do.
And would it be possible that someone who would be able to hear this whisper would also be able to vanish the body?
Oh, I'm sure none of us would do it. That doesn't sound like a thing we would do. No.
Question. Immediately, can I see, any rats around?
Yeah. There's going to be a couple sniffing around in the corners, I think. In this kind of warehouse, certainly.
I'm going to throw a throwing knife at one of the rats.
Okay. All right, roll me an attack roll, please. Given the distance... No, it's probably all right for distance.
That is a 16 plus number.
That'd be enough to hit a rat. They're not particularly well armored.
I don't think they have a lot of hit points either.
No, I'm pretty sure that's a dead rat. You've created a rat corpse.
Oh!
I'm going... Does anything happen to the rat's corpse?
No, it's still there.
Also, can I investigate the crate to see if there's anything about it apart from the salt?
Sure. What sort of line of inquiry are you pursuing? Are you looking for traces of magic? Are you looking perhaps for hidden compartments, or what sort of thing? Basically, I need to know what role to give you on this one.
Basically, I'm just sort of investigating around the crate just to see if there's any trace of anything other than souls.
Okay. So for that, we'll go for perception, I think.
Okay.
And while Grounded's doing that, I'm going to turn over to Tun and ask, what were the species... Were all the people who died and disappeared the same species, or were they a different array of them?
We had about 5 humans, 2 dwarves, a gnome. I can't remember just how many, but there were definitely an elf or 2. Kenku, maybe? I don't know. I lose track.
And I could assume it's only people who are disappearing, no other beasts or anything like that when they die.
If beasts have been going, I haven't given a shit about it, but I don't know of any. No one's been saying their chicken's just gone missing or their dinner's suddenly disappeared and gotten a bit too salty.
I mean, immediately this makes it feel a bit more targeted than something that would be happening randomly.
We could always find out if you want to kill one of yourselves.
I'd rather not, no.
Shame.
I don't think you have any magic
But-
in this plan.
The point I'm making is it's very obvious that there's intention behind this. Somebody is doing this, not something.
Sure, if you say so. It's saying my job. That's why I've hired you.
Okay, I'll just leave you out of the investigating then. It's our job after all.
It is. Let me know when you solved it and I'll hand you the money over. Until then, I got 500 tons of eels coming in the next 2 days. I need to get that sorted. And I swear to God, if the crane lands on anyone and they fucking turn into dust again, I'm not going to be a happy man. And do I look like a happy man at the best of times? All right, he gets up and he leaves, but Lisanne is still there going, so when do we get started?
Oh, honey.
Why are you joining us?
So you're joining us?
Yes, if that's okay. Friends? Friends?
I mean,
Friends.
I have no objections.
Friends? Okay, but just one thing, I don't hurt anyone, if that's okay. I can't. No. But I can help still.
Do you have any sort of magic? Can you heal?
A little bit. I can deal with headaches. I've done headaches
a little
before.
bit more than what we have.
Friends! Going on an adventure. I might finally get the title of cleric. Oh, this will be great.
This is going to be a fun job, guys.
Yep.
It's going to be great.
I like the little one.
So anyway, I noticed you lot looking at the salt, and she's going to make an Arcana check. Anyway, so yeah, this is teleportation. First time I've rolled that d20, Al got it for me, and it's rolled a 20. So I'm keeping this
Thank
one.
you, Al.
And in the 3 months, none of you had realized this yet?
Well, I didn't think to look at it. I mean, I only arrived 2 weeks ago. We've only just noticed. Oh, I think we lost a Bree. Welcome back, Bree.
Hey.
I don't want to be sold.
Yeah, we've only just been told, or at least I've only just been told. I don't know about the rest of them, but that's when I got sent here.
That brings up an interest. Is there a way to somehow track teleportation?
Oh, I don't know. That's not my job. That's nothing I know about.
Okay, I'm going to ask something as the DM that Eao might know, but I don't. When someone is teleported, would there be any sort of visual indicator when it happens as to, like, at least like a general direction?
Depends on the exact spell. With Dimension Door, you can usually see through it as they fall through. In this case, well, you don't know the spell, but sometimes, for sure, sometimes.
So we do have a lead with Fish Street.
You was suspecting that it might be more of a disintegration situation.
I mean, disintegration normally turns to ash, not salt.
Visuals, isn't it?
Yeah. Also, bear in mind, even if she rolls a 20, you can't crit on those things. And let's put it this way, she has a lot of negatives in her modifiers.
At the very least, I'm going to somewhat take her word on it for now.
So what do we do? What do we do, boss? Can I call you boss?
I mean, sure.
Oh, I have a question. Do I see any ghosts anywhere?
I have no answer.
That's... Do you see any ghosts anywhere? Now that is interesting. No. No, you don't. But you might reasonably expect to have been seeing ghosts, which is even more unusual to you.
So no one's screaming leeches at Grounded.
Oh, there are the standard ones are still there. The Mad Doctor who's constantly prescribing leeches, and the barbarian who punched a lot of people.
And whoever I've been getting to teach me
And
alchemy.
then he died.
That's my floating proficiency at the moment.
Oh
just so you
yeah,
know.
yeah. Actually, speaking of which, you have someone teaching you alchemy. Can you roll me investigation, please?
Okay.
I would like to think that the alchemist and the doctor are the same person.
You know, if you bleed the leeches.
Remember to boil your leech once it's full of blood. Fill the blood into vial. It's a
Leech
potion.
the leeches to create super leeches, and then leech those leeches with the leeches.
That's how it works.
That is 14.
14. Okay. You've only just realised, but you actually recognise the voice that's been teaching you alchemy. Possibly you should have realised earlier that it wasn't a ghost by how much cackling was involved, and how often she called you pretty.
Oh no.
Seems you have another voice in your head now. Interesting. Okay.
Does this mean I get a different floating proficiency on top of that one?
No, she's taken over as your floating proficiency at the moment. In fact, actually, you can't change your floating proficiency away from... We're going to say Arcana for the moment. For the moment.
I thought it was that
This
alchemy.
will... Yeah, well, Alchemy... can you get tools proficiency as your floating one? Or is it just skills?
I think so, yeah.
Alchemist tools, then. Yeah, you are proficient in Alchemist tools as long as you've got that. We'll just rule that way and we'll check later. So, so your tool proficiency is stuck on Alchemist tools. For the moment, you can't seem to change it. When you try and kick the voice out of your head and get another spirit to guide you, it comes right the way back. Unfortunately, cackling, if anything, a little more happy than last time. Each time.
You know,
And you could just make her the happiest friend of them all. You could make her as happy as Lisan.
there was a joke that Leggy mentioned before we started with Guild of Icons, that by the end of it we would all be warlocks.
No, this is just the ramifications of people's actions, you know? It just sometimes
that's
there
why
are
we will all
consequences.
be warlocks.
Yeah. So, anyway, you have the lead on Fish Street. You have some extra information now, and you got a friend who's coming with you. Lisan is going to jump on your back, Glarus.
What racial was she again?
She's very light. She's very short, but she's sort of climbing up and trying to get on your shoulder. She's human, but short.
She's human.
She's
Okay,
just a short human.
When I notice doing that, I'll just lift her up onto my shoulders.
Like, yay! I've never been this high up before.
Oh,
I'm just going to trudge off towards Fish
experiences.
Street.
Okay, you're heading off
Great,
to
isn't it?
Street is.
to Fish Street. Okay, so you arrive at Fish Street and it stinks. It really stinks. It's not Constitution saving throw stinks, but it's pretty close.
We didn't get here because Eao knew the way. We got here because we followed the smell.
Yeah, you could just... And it is salt, it is rotting fish, it's horrific.
Just a little prestidigitation under my nose.
Oh yeah, just to make a nice
Get a little
smell. Yeah, that makes sense. It is pretty rank, but that's just because there's so much fish all around you. Not all of it's fresh. Some of it has been left a little bit too long and will probably be only good to turn into mulch and use as fertilizer, essentially. Can you use fish as fertilizer? I don't know. I'm going to rule that in this world you certainly can, or at least try.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes, you very much can.
Fish bones, yeah.
Excellent. Well, that's what they'll be doing with some of those fish because they are gone. The street is quite wide. Actually, a lot of the streets down here are quite wide. You're used to, of course, the Mulch where everything's very narrow, everything's very oppressively tight in. But over here it's quite wide because you've got to get a lot of carts through. You've got to get a lot of transport and a lot of big crates going backwards and forwards. You don't want people waiting for each other to get past. So it's wide, but there's a fair bit of mist coming in from the sea. It's quite cold at the moment, but it's not too misty. It's not like you can't see. It's just that you can feel it sort of sticking to your skin and cooling you down, more so than anything. There's people milling about. There's about 20 people on the street at the moment. They're all just moving boxes around left, right, and centre. There's, the buildings on the side of the road, they're all warehouses. Every single one of them. Most of them have the doors wide open and people are coming and going. There are no pubs or anything like that. There are no houses. This is all business. and everyone here is doing business.
So, how do we want to do this? Should we split up and ask around, or be an intimidating group? Little one, you could be intimidating, right?
I'm very intimidating.
Not who I was asking.
I was going to say, I assume she means Lisa, who is tiny and going, friends! No, at the moment she's chilled out a little bit now. But she's looking around.
Resting on Leoris' head, like.
Just like, it's very soft. She's almost
I can
asleep.
be intimidating if I need to be.
Yeah, I'm sure you can manage intimidation. Lisanne probably can't. May not even try. You never know. Might be persuaded to.
So yes, Ruse will definitely make sure that their great axe is just strapped to the back and look as menacing as they can for you.
Excellent. Okay, so
Actually,
before
Ruse
long,
will just look like they're bristling with weapons as per usual.
weapons and
Listen, check
bagpipes.
this out. I extend my hand and I put my glaive in it.
Okay.
I don't think having your weapon out would be a good idea right now.
I usually have my weapon out.
Fnar, but the human on your shoulders is a little bit intimidated by the fact that you've just materialized genuinely a weapon 1.5 times the length of her body. Just all of a sudden, and you're like waving it about a bit right next to her head, and she's like, she just quickly scurries back down and gets onto the ground. Like, thank you for the lift.
To scare you.
Steps away a bit.
Don't worry, it's not for you.
That's not reassuring.
No. Anyway, very, very quickly, several people see this and stop. One worker puts down the boxes and approaches you guys. What are you doing? You're getting in the way of traffic. Come on.
Oh, sorry, we were looking for somebody around here who's seen something going on at night.
That sounds like literally anyone. Someone who's seen something going on at night. You're going to have to be more specific.
Specifically around here in the last few weeks.
Ah, right, yeah. No, I know what you mean. I've seen it once or twice myself. There's this... It's weird. It's like a shadow. It's only at night, but I see him popping around here. I've never bothered to get close, because you do get weird sorts around the docks. But yeah, there's a figure. Doesn't look right. Like they might have, problem with their back or something. You see that a lot around here, in fairness, though. You do see that a lot. People don't lift right and then, they hunch forward. Doesn't look great, though.
Do you know about what time at night it happens?
Oh, any time after midnight, really. The next 4 hours or so. I occasionally have to come back and get a box quick because, well, sometimes it happens you're drunk on the job and you grab the wrong box. You've got to go quickly sort that out. So you have to go back. That's when I found them last. Yeah. Mind you, it does happen a lot. It's weird when you mention it.
Like, every night a lot? Or...
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm not here every night. But every night I've been here, I have seen them.
Is there a specific area where they appear?
Right here.
Like, right here, like, where she's standing? I point to the small cleric. Right where she...
Generally all about the place. You see him behind the buildings, you see him moving in the little side alleys, that sort of thing.
Where's the nearest tavern or pub?
Oh, you look about a mile that way. And points basically up the hill a little bit. So what you're essentially at the bottom of a long spiral down the cliffside. Points up the hill a bit. Everything from where you are towards the water's edge is all docks and all various offices and that sort of thing. But as you go back up, you start to get a lot of taverns heading up, and then further past their accommodation. But it's about a mile in that direction.
Well, I think we're going to have a steak up tonight.
Lisanne goes, steak?
Who's ready? No.
A sleepover.
Steak out.
I haven't eaten real beef in months.
We're not going to be eating. We're going to be watching over the place.
Can there be steak?
If the pub sells it, sure.
Would we still have some of the lizard jerky left?
I mean, it depends. You did get that lizard jerky approximately 6 months ago.
Yes, but it is jerky.
It is jerky. I mean, it's probable the cleric knows the difference between jerky and steak, but you can try it.
I mean, it might shut them up for a bit.
Just hand him some peanut butter, that will sort it out.
Look, we'll grab McDonald's on the way home, okay?
It's like stakeout. Okay, so what time do we meet here?
I mean, I was just going to go to the pub for a few hours until about midnight.
Okay, well, I've got to go prepare, and she just points at her clothes. It's very warm, and it's going to get cold, and I'll need to be wearing something warmer. Yeah, and, I should get snacks. Who wants snacks? You want snacks? And points at each of you, points at Leros and goes, meat? Points at Grandin and goes, anything? Points at Rosad and goes, mead? And points at Eao and goes, anything?
Anything but bugs. I don't like bugs.
Okay, no bugs. All right. Bugs for everyone else? Everyone else good?
I'm still not going to give an answer, and I'm just going to walk off and try and find a abandoned warehouse in the area.
Just going to lean into ground and go, what's with Mr. Grumpy anyway?
Oh, he's very grumpy.
Yeah.
They still don't know why I've got a beef against Morian, do they?
She has no idea. She has no idea what your problem with Morian is.
Oh no, the group have no idea either.
Oh yeah. There's that too. Yeah, so she's gonna traipse off very, very quickly. She's literally skipping up the road, humming a small tune about snacks. It's not particularly... Well, she's no bard, let's put it that way. It roughly goes, snacks, 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 I love snacks. On repeat, constantly.
Are you sure she's not a bard?
Have you literally just repurposed Teddy?
No. There are some fundamental differences. Which I can't say.
Yeah, which we can't say. Other than the fact of human.
She goes to a different school.
I can assume this is legitimately just like a child.
She's not a child. She's just extremely excited. She very rarely is allowed out of the cloister. Basically, she's not allowed in the world. She's not allowed to buy her own food or anything like that. Usually, it's all like
young
prepared
adult
meals.
Or...
She's a very young adult. Yeah, she's 19.
So same age. Got it.
Yes, a very young adult. God damn it! That's the 33-year-old of it.
Trainee adult.
Just because I actually wasn't bullshitting about what I said. Do you want me to do any rolls for trying to find an abandoned warehouse for us to stake out of?
I don't think you need a roll for that because you've got enough time. Like you've got infinite. Well, you've got enough 6 hours. Yeah. You've got plenty of time. You'll find.
Infinite time, huh?
Almost infinite time. If we get to a situation where infinite time has become involved, then I'm going to bring out the real shit. And
I know some people.
Yes, Leros knows some people that
so
might
do
help.
I.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to spend infinity -1 time looking for an abandoned warehouse.
So you do find a warehouse that is abandoned. Well, it's not abandoned, it's just not in use at the moment. It stinks because it hasn't been abandoned and it is full of fish. But it smells like they've been abandoned.
After the shit rot.
Fair enough. Shit rot is definitely a lot worse than everything you've been through today. Certainly. So far.
Eao is still going to be going to the nearest pub.
Okay, yeah, sure. So you end up at the Fish and Tackle, and the sign out front is a large trout and 2 big swinging balls at the start of the trout to make it look like a big dick. I couldn't help myself. So inside, it's bustling. It's full of dock workers because dock workers are on 24/7 time here. Yeah. So it is always full in the taverns. There are always people drinking because for some chunk of the people working in the docks here, it is their time off work now. They've stepped in after a long day. For you actually, it's probably about 2 p.m. roughly at the moment, but they've stepped in and they're like, end of a long day, start drinking. They started at 4 a.m. or something like that, and so they are getting cracking. The beer is flowing, the spirits are flowing, everything is very jubilant in here. There's a lot of tired people, but they are very happy to be done with work.
I'm going to take a seat assuming there's a seat open at the actual bar area.
Yeah, there's plenty. Most of the people here are taking sort of big 5 or 6 people tables with chairs on them because they want to sit down, chat with their friends, and eat a meal and all that. There aren't too many people at the bar. There's a couple, but there's about 3 people sat at the bar, and they're the more professional drinkers by the looks of things. Like, they're not bothering with dinner because it will water down the effects.
Greetings. I'm speaking to the bartender.
Okay, so the bartender turns around and she is an extremely pale tiefling. So her skin is essentially white and kind of glowing a bit. And she smiles at you. Oh, hello, welcome. Do come in. Take a seat. Oh, you're... Never mind. You're already sat down. That's fine. Can I get you a beer? Or we have other drinks as well, but usually beer.
Something light, if possible.
Something light? Oh, well, we have wine. Do you want turnip wine?
Sure, why not?
It's great. It almost doesn't taste like turnips. And so she goes and she opens a bottle and pours you a glass of turnip wine, and she's wrong. It tastes very much of turnips. But that is going to be 1 silver piece, please.
Yeah, easily. Mark that off.
So, what brings you here? I don't recognise your face. I mean, we get a lot of new workers, of course, but I like to know everyone who comes in and about, you know. Make friends.
I'm currently here under work for the dockmaster. He has us investigating the disappearances. I suppose this is the tactful way to put it.
She leans in and goes, yeah, it's a bit of a touchy subject. A couple of people here have lost friends and they've just disappeared. It sounds like it'd be convenient because you don't have to pay for the funeral costs or anything like that, but there's no funeral to go to. It's not good.
Death is hard when there's no closure.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything about it? What's been going on?
Well, just that people have been, poof, black cloud. When it clears, salt.
Has there been any other strange occurrences?
Oh, you mean the zombies, yeah?
I'm sorry, what?
The zombies. Well, that's what Dave said they were, anyway.
I would like a bit more information on this one.
They sort of shamble. And they go,
I
then
know
they
what a
eat you.
zombie is, but what's the context behind these zombies?
Well, you know Fish Street, right?
Yeah?
You know how much it smells?
Yeah, because of all the fish.
Yeah, it ain't just that.
Are you telling me there are zombies on Fish Street?
Well, it's just what I heard. I haven't been there in ages. It stinks.
By chance, is Dave actually here?
She points. You're lucky because you sat right next to him. And he is a professional drinker. He's getting real. He is not the kind of professional drinker that is buying a lot of pints of beer. He's buying a lot of pints of turnip wine, and he's going at it.
So he's been able to hear our conversation this whole time.
Here, yes. Understand? Maybe not. At this point, you're not sure how long Dave's been here, but he's long past the point where he can sit up straight.
Plus, he might be a polite professional drinker who doesn't listen in on other people's conversation.
No such thing. Not in the docks.
I was going to say, he's a dock worker. Not going to happen.
Can you get me a fresh bottle of that turnip wine?
Sure. And she just bends down quickly and grabs a bottle. They've got quite a few of these under the bar, and she picks it up and opens it. It is, at the very least, a cork. It's not a screw top. And starts.
Don't worry about pouring it. Just the bottle.
Okay. Hands it over. That will be 1 gold piece.
Yeah, I can easily pay that.
Dave goes, oh, big shot, yeah? Coming in here flashing out your gold pieces. Look, I miss doing drunks, alright? You killed the last one.
Are you sure you're not setting a precedent?
Flashing around gold pieces.
I mean, it's not much of a drink when you think about it. It's just a bottle of wine.
What? Well, yeah, it's wine. It's drink.
Yeah, it's a very light drink. Not a good way to start off, but not really what a real drinker would go into for the whole night.
Are you calling me a coward? Is that?
I put another gold on the table for another bottle of wine, and I put the one I already bought next to him.
You just put 3 gold pieces down. Oh no, 1.
I mean,
1. Okay.
I mean, if you can really claim to be as good of a drink as you say, that bottle of wine should be nothing. I popped the cork off the other bottle of wine.
Okay.
Cheers.
Okay. Cheers. Oh, that's the turnip. That's the turnip.
So, I heard you've been seeing zombies out on the dock. Do I hear that right?
Yeah. At night, I do night shift sometimes down there. There's not many of us on it, and usually I just drink. But yeah, they were going, and then it was dark, but they were definitely. I had a lantern, and me and Jones. No, is Jones my name? What's that?
No, you're Dave.
Dave? But Jones? No, Jones.
Dave.
Jones is dead.
Jones is the friend.
Jones is. Why are you telling me about Jones? He's dead.
I mean, you said he was there that night.
Who? Jones?
Joan.
No, he's dead.
You said he was there the night with the zombies.
No. Jones is dead. He can't have been there. He died 3 months ago.
So, how did you see him there?
Well, he was walking around, wasn't he?
No, perhaps you're right. I was mistaken. Here, I put the other bottle of wine I purchased next to him.
He's gonna grab it
on me for confusing you.
And then he just collapses off his chair. The bartender looks at him and goes, "Great, now one of us is going to have to lift him home again."
Well, how far is his home?
It's upstairs, he rents.
Oh, okay. I mean, if you'd like help, I'm the one who did this to him.
Well, be my guest. And she gestures at at 2 other people who sat down eating food, going, "It's Dave's gone again." And they get up and pick him up.
Dave's bedtime.
And just take him upstairs. They don't even apparently need to get a key off of her. That's how often this happens.
Yeah. So I got some information that I need. I'm going to stay there till the rendezvous time.
Okay. Is anyone else doing anything before the rendezvous?
I'm going to climb to the top of the warehouse and sort of scope it out a bit.
Okay. So climbing up to the top of the warehouse is no problem for you, of course, because you are wearing the slippers of spider climbing. And well, the first thing that happens is someone immediately goes, "Oi, what are you doing?"
Just taking a look. Don't worry about it.
Look at all the side of the wall. That's private property, innit?
So, okay, I'm here with the Guild of Icons, just doing an investigation.
I don't care if you're here with the bloody king.
Don't drag me into this.
The bloody king does not work in this country, so the Guild of Icons does.
He's old-fashioned. They had a king more than just over 10 years ago. It's not been that long.
Yeah.
It's still a saying.
Hey, I'm just looking into things.
Oi, I'm not joking. Get down.
Do you know? I'm going to walk up to him and just tell him to sod off.
Okay. Intimidation attempt, I'm guessing?
Yeah. Intimidation attempt.
All right, well, roll me intimidation.
While Reese is doing this, I just sort of drop down and walk a bit closer, just in case, because I've gotten a bit used to what happens when Reese is about.
It's all right. This one's unlikely to be a level 9 cleric in disguise. No, not
Are you
cleric, it's a
sure?
rogue.
Are we sure about that?
Unlikely, but you never know.
15.
Oh yeah, he's pretty fucking intimidated. You have approached. You have got a lot of weapons on you, and you're not like even without weapons, you're pretty imposing because you know you've trained with the College of Swords. You are ripped, so even without that, you would be pretty imposing. So, but the fact that you are bristling with weapons, and the fact that you are very good with your words in general, you are a spoken word bard. Typically, you very, very quickly get him to blanch,
Sod off.
jump back, and he does sod off. Congratulations.
You made the man sod off.
There are a lot of people looking, though, but maybe no one else is going to cause a scene.
Yep, I get back to climbing and start taking a look around.
Okay, so you now climb up, and people are watching you, but again, no one is causing a scene now. And you're able to get to the top, and up there, you get a pretty good eye for the layout of the streets. Nothing seems unusual from what you're seeing. You know, it's all grid. It's very much grid buildings. Most of them are square because they're big warehouses, that sort of thing. And there's people milling around all over the place, even down the smaller alleys. There are people just coming back and forwards. A load of them carrying crates. People are loading up carts and that sort of thing. Really does smell. The smell is sort of rising with the heat. But you can't see anything at the moment. You can't see anything out of the ordinary up there.
Okay, is there anything unusual about the warehouse itself?
The warehouse that you're on? No, nothing unusual about the warehouse. It seems perfectly ordinary. You're not an expert in warehouses, but it certainly seems like a warehouse. Certainly seems like an ordinary warehouse. Rosad has not found the only haunted warehouse in the area. It's not the only abandoned one. It's just that this one is pretty near the street, and it's the first one Rosad came across. But there's plenty of them. But they all stink. Abandoned's the wrong word. It is still in use. It's just very empty at the moment. Presumably because someone's just not been able to shift some fish and have gone out of business. But someone will come along and take residence eventually.
Okay. In that case, I just sort of
That's what we're looking for. Someone taking residence.
evilly.
Quite right. Yes.
Yeah, I just sort of chill out on the roof and just enjoy being at a higher elevation.
Okay.
Maybe throw off a paper plane.
Yeah, sure. So you send off a paper plane, and it does not strike anyone in the eye. Okay. You're good. Anyone else doing anything before we cut to the stakeout?
I'm actually going to wait where I think I'd be able to catch the young cleric. I'm going to wait, see if I can wait in there to catch her before she catches up with the rest of the group.
So you're kind of on the main thoroughfare into Lowharbour, the way it sort of spirals down. This is where all the pubs are. So you could just sit outside if you wanted, and you'd probably see them come down the street, because that would be the way they'd come. It's pretty much the way everyone comes in.
I mean, I think you could hear them coming down the street.
You might. They might still be going, snacks, 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 snacks. I've got snacks. I've made 5
I'm going to wait for her ahead of meeting up with the group.
Okay, sounds good.
Do you guys want to go and have a snack at the pub as well? Have something to eat before the stakeout?
No, apparently not. They do not. They do not give a shit. 2 of them are just like...
Neither crown nor resides.
Ruzad can't eat unless he's killed something beforehand. Or at least punched and or been knocked out by something beforehand. Okay, so we're gonna cut to.
Also, if I want to ask Ross to dinner, I have to knock him out. Gotcha.
We're gonna cut to sunset, which is when Lisanne is coming back. She's skipping down the road. She is carrying a lot of bags. I'm talking 6 carrier bags essentially, but they're made of hemp, not made of plastic, and they are full. It's quite impressive that she's actually managing to carry all of these, and she's still skipping along, and she's going, snacks, snacks, snacks. I've got snacks. Everyone will love me. Hey. I've made friends.
Over here.
Uh-huh.
Over here.
So she looks at you and goes, "Ah, you!" She still doesn't know your name. And she goes, "Friend!" And she drops 2 bags, picks them up again quickly, and goes, "Friend!" And you see... Actually, roll me a perception check, please.
Yeah. That is a 4.
You know what, I'm going to give you this anyway, because it has literally no effect, but you see about 10 thieves who have been following her, because she's a very easy mark. Sort of just slink back the moment they see you. Like it's literally a conga line of thieves just waiting to just get her into an alleyway, steal all of the bags, and go. But yeah, no, they peel back the moment they see you, because your name carries a bit of weight in the underworld. So, or at least it does now.
The marshal.
Well, it also carries weight in the overworld too, but
it's a very heavy name.
It is a very heavy
Not
name.
dungeons.
Yeah. Not in dungeons yet. But yeah, she comes over to you, she puts the bags down and sort of stretches a bit and goes, "Oh, I'm so glad I saw you, because I forgot where we were meeting."
I have a very interesting question for you. Are you able to make holy water?
Holy water?
Holy water.
Well, a little bit. I've made one once. I did a course at the cloister, and I mean, I can try.
I'm going to hand her a dark glass vial that's filled with seawater.
Okay, she's gonna take that, and she's gonna sort of look at it and go, holy. Holy. Come on. You can do this. You can do this, Lisa. You can do this. Come on. It's just like the exams, but the exams. Okay.
Hey, calm down. Calm down.
I'm sorry. I'm not good on the spot. I'm not.
Don't worry. This isn't a test. This isn't a test.
Maybe if maybe I should go back to the college and tell them I'm no good at this, and that they should send someone else. And
no.
I don't know.
No.
All right. My notes. Where are my notes? They're in the cloister. It's just like that dream I had. Oh my god, this is just like that dream I had.
Hey, look at me. You've written down those notes, right?
Once.
Good. That means you have them always with you. Don't think about it. Just do it. Calm yourself and do.
Okay. She takes a deep breath and she holds the flask. Oh, sorry, the vial, and she closes her eyes and she whispers a prayer. Basically, her lips are moving, but she's not making any sound at all. And it glows slightly for a second, and then the glow fades out again. She goes, I don't know if that worked, but it felt right?
If it felt right, it's gotta be.
She hands it back to you and goes, don't know how much I can do that again, though. Don't drop it, okay?
I won't.
Immediately.
Smash.
I won't.
Give me a dexterity saving throw to see if you don't immediately drop it. No.
And I immediately
Roll wisdom not to drink.
I pull out my hat of holding, and I drop it in.
You drop it in the hat of holding. Okay, it falls for like 6 marks. No. It's safely in the hat of holding. Yeah, it's gonna be fine, hopefully. And she goes, so where are we meeting? Where's everyone else?
They should be over on Fish Street.
You didn't eat, did you? Because I brought food.
I had a bit of wine, but
That's fine. I didn't bring alcohol, because alcohol is the devil's liquid.
you have so
Well,
much.
one of the devil's
Bruce
liquids. There were
suddenly
several
feels-
other in the books.
Bruce suddenly feels like they may hate this person even more.
Can this alcohol be used to hunt down the devil?
Graham suddenly feels
none
the
of
hot
you
spirits.
have heard any of this, I might point out. Ao's the only one who's heard that.
Oh, you know, I know he's heard it, but Ruse just gets this feel.
Ruse is like... I have a strange feeling, as if thousands of alcohol molecules have cried out and were suddenly silenced.
We're going to attempt to meet up with the rest of them.
Okay, that sounds great. And she holds out a hand.
I take her hand.
She's like, yay, let's go! And she starts skipping, and she's holding all 12 bags now in the left hand. And, like, it's her left arm is extremely veiny and strong. Like, she's clearly straining against it, but she doesn't appear to be showing any sign of discomfort as she's skipping along now, holding your hand.
I have a question for you.
Yeah?
Have you ever accidentally punched through a wall?
No, not a wall.
Not a wall.
Well, there was a door once, but that was an accident. Well, you said accident, but it was, a door once.
It kind of is a shame you're not a fighter. You'd make a wonderful fighter.
Oh no, I don't hurt anyone. No. I couldn't. I couldn't.
But yeah, we're going to meet up with the rest of the group.
Okay, let's go. And so you skip along. Well, you don't necessarily skip along, but she's skipping. She's sort of keeping pace though, with whatever pace you set. And you end up on Fish Street pretty soon, and it stinks. It really does stink. It's had a full day of sun now. It's bad. It's really, really bad. You first spot Grounded because she is much higher up than anyone else.
Just Batman crouching.
And presumably just like throwing paper aeroplanes directly at you to try and get your attention.
She senses the food.
Yeah.
Being high up off the ground, the bird instinct.
Yeah, she's got her bird instincts.
Yeah. Well, that you're joking, but that's literally it.
Surprised the lion's not higher up as well with the cat instinct.
No, Glarus is just sitting in a war spot.
So, much like a lion, they are lying down in a warm spot and letting everyone else do the work for them. So, Eao approaches. Obviously, you see grounded. Ruz, you can't quite see at the moment, but presumably is lurking in a shady corner.
Does anyone know where Rose is?
About.
Yawn and go back to sleep.
Well, we've got a priest, so maybe he'll come out and start a fight.
Try praying loudly.
I'm just saying, like, I have some news, and if you want to hear it, Rose, you best, come out and
Lisanne goes,
see.
pray loudly, I can do that. Oh, blessed Morion, hallowed be you who keeps us from the devil alcohol, and and who guides us in life and death. The alabaster mask, our greatest friend, who knows exactly what we should do and tells us what to do. Quite often, actually, now I think about it.
I'm gonna get up and pat Lisanne on the head.
I've apparently received a DM. Hang on a sec, I've got to open a different window. Okay, so you're back. There's still no sign of Rosad. And the sun is setting, it's getting a bit darker. All of a sudden, though, grounded, you hear a voice. It is mercifully not the cackling. It is still a familiar voice, though, and it says, "You should have dropped me harder." Well, you know how it is, don't you? No one stays dead forever in this place. But you don't even feel guilt for it, do you?
You started it.
You're glad it happened, aren't you? You killed me, Grounded. You killed me. And then presumably you feel like a poke on your shoulder, and you turn around and there's Ruzad standing there, and he's making the voice. He's been making this voice all along. That was what my DM was, by the way.
I could not do Kairos any justice.
I don't know if you've got inspiration marked down yet, but mark that down if you don't.
Okay, Grounded jumps and she doesn't actually turn around and punch him, but her tail sort of swings up and smacks Red in the face.
Yeah, no, fair. It's not a game about Rosette getting hit in the face.
I was genuinely hoping.
I kind of was as well.
He's come back as a revenant. There's still drink left undrunk. But no, he is dead. He's very much dead.
As far as we know.
Well, you saw the corpse. It passed most of the deadlines for resurrection. There are some resurrections that can go for longer, but they're very hard to cast. So if anyone's casting it, there's probably only about 5 people that can do a true resurrection in the world.
I don't know. Did we get rid of all of these bottles of brandy?
No.
They're like phylacteries.
In fact, I'm still carrying one, and I left one by his corpse.
The lich of alcoholism. No, the marshal is dead.
The true devil.
The marshal is dead, but I'm just going to make some
I
notes.
still have alcohol left. I have to get back up and drink it all.
Anyway, night falls, okay? We're going to cut to midnight. Because there's actually, we're still in the preamble to the campaign that I thought would have started by like half an hour in. But I've enjoyed this. This has been fun. Leros, what would you like?
I would like to ask, can Night get back up again?
You were sleeping. You weren't like dead.
No. I'm asking if Night can get back up again because Night has fallen.
You can have disinspiration, uninspiration for that. That was terrible. Your next roll is a disadvantage. Okay. Yes, night properly falls, and you all sort of settle into presumably a comfy position on the roof. Let me know where each of you is.
I mean, I'm Ruse, dark corner, somewhere, can see street.
Fair enough. I am the night.
I'm currently just laying like on the street against one of the warehouses.
Okay. Are you trying to hide?
No.
Okay,
I'm just
cool.
being shady as fuck.
That's no problem, because I was going to say, if you are trying to hide, you'll find it quite difficult, because there is a constant crunching sound from about 1 foot to your left and 2 feet down, because Lisanne has cracked into the snacks and will not be stopping.
I will be trying to get the snack back.
Also,
there was a bag
did
each. Like when she was coming in, plus 2 for her.
Did I have a chance to climb down and grab my snacks?
Oh yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be difficult for you to do so, would it? Literally, it's a 30-foot walk, and it's been about 4 hours since nightfall. Whoops.
I guess Brioche went for her snacks.
Yep, snacks appeared. Brioche went. That's it. That's the game. That's everything we were here for, was the snacks, and now we're gone. Yeah. So you've got your snacks. You're all settled in. It comes up to midnight and it starts getting a bit cold. Are any of you dressed for cold weather?
Eao, as per usual, is wearing a very large leather coat.
You're fine.
I'm wearing my
You're fine.
something.
Yeah, Leros has a
forget
ring
what I
of
have.
warmth that keeps him warm at all times.
Yeah, I've got the chain shirt, which would have a gambeson under it. So
Yeah, that'd be alright. That'd be padding. How about you, Grounded?
I'm just wearing my leather armor, my usual jacket.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
At least you're not wearing a leather bikini.
I mean, I would argue that if this is Grounded's regular attire, it's already made for the cold.
Yep.
You know what? Fair enough. I'll allow it this time.
Because, like, it's
but it
a
might
cold,
come into.
it's a mount.
There's a reason I gave
mountaintop
Andrus that
in a
ring. Let me
cold-
put it that way.
It's a mountaintop on a cold.
That is true. That is a
On a
very
cold
good point.
desert.
It is a cold desert specifically. You would be acclimatized to that. No, so you're fine. You're fine.
in which case, in the future in the desert, that armor should then go against the heat.
Yeah, theoretically. Well, it doesn't get that hot in that desert because that desert isn't a climate desertification. It's because of all the dust that's come down from the rocks.
Yeah, no, I mean like next time we're in the desert.
Oh, I see.
Again.
I mean, at the same time, tieflings do have fire resistance, and that is normally also flavored
I
as.
suppose,
Yeah, no, that would be fine. Actually, that would be fine in the desert. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's get to the main event. So, it's not too long before you start to hear a sound that sounds a bit like a very old man trying to get out of bed, two septuagenarians fucking, or a zombie. It's one of those three. You're not 100% sure. Can I have perception checks, please?
Perception.
From everybody.
But yeah, the noise is
16.
Yeah, no, it definitely sounds like two septuagenarians trying to fuck.
yeah.
Okay, that's a 19 from me.
19? Alright. 19 will be enough. If anyone's got any higher, though, I can probably give more information. But 19 will be enough. Rosad, you see a shambling figure silhouetted against the... It's not quite moonlight because the cloud cover's very high. But you do see a shambling figure in the street. It is about 200 feet away. I've just dropped a lot of things, ignore that. It's about 200 feet away, and it is not approaching, it's going sort of across the street, and then it ducks down and disappears. But it ducks down in the middle of the street and disappears.
Jaywalking zombies.
Mm-hmm. The worst.
I'm going to approach where the zombie was disappeared
Mm-hmm.
and inspect the ground around that area.
Okay. This won't take a perception check because it's quite easy to spot a sewer manhole.
Was it just open?
No.
Or did they open it?
They opened it. It's, well, presumably, unless they can just pass through metals. Which, you know, it is a spell, so they might be able to.
Pass through metal. Immunity to most weapons.
No, there is a spell that lets you just pass through walls. I think it's called Pass Wall or something like that.
Smell of rotting fish or smell of fermenting effluence?
It really does stink.
Oh, gotta follow the zombie.
So, of the six of us, who wants to go first?
Oh,
Okay.
I'm already going down the sewer. Before you even ask, I'm just gone.
As you hop in, or as you pull open the sewer, Lisanne sort of stands back and she's sort of fumbling with the sleeves of her robes. She's still wearing the robes, but she's got a coat on over it. And she's sort of fumbling the sleeves and going, I don't know if I can... I mean, I want to go on an
I
adventure,
can
but...
magically clean afterwards.
It's not.
I mean, this is more than just an adventure. This is helping people.
No, that was just, when they said
What are you
zombies.
afraid of? A little shit rock?
That was a zombie. It's not natural.
That might have been a zombie, yes.
We are meant to stop them, but I don't know if I can.
I mean, sometimes I really feel like in these situations when you're unsure, a person just needs a little push in the right direction.
Don't push her in the hole.
You push her down. You push her into the sewer. Okay.
I fold my arms and just sort of stare at Ao disapprovingly.
I literally get the words out as she pushes her.
Just the words. Don't push her.
I can't believe he dropped someone like that. He just goes around dropping people.
Look, if she doesn't have the courage, we can just force the courage on her. And I jump in.
Because I've told her to go back to the... I fall down.
Yeah.
So...
Ruse is not liking this.
I'll have you know that it's very likely she landed on Rose.
Most of you descend a rickety, slimy ladder into the sewers. Some of you don't, because some of you are pushed in.
Can I just sort of can I just rappel down like a fireman pole?
You can, yes. I mean, you could just walk in, but okay, yeah, you can absolutely do that.
I mean, the hole is pretty tight. Walking in is uncomfortable.
The air around you is oppressive and musty,
Is that what snar means?
feeling as if it clings to your throat as you inhale it. A trough runs the length of this sort of long sewer. It's very much a semicircle shape overhead, flat floor, trough in the centre. It's filled with effluents and slowly creeping water. The sewer continues ahead of you to a crumbling stone wall that is 50 feet away. Daylight spills from two archways 25 feet ahead in a wall to your south. So the sewer you're in is heading to the west. On the southern wall, there is some archway, and you can see, I say daylight, moonlight in there coming through that. But at the end of the wall, which is about as far as you can see, because there's a little bit of light in here thanks to this crystal that's sort of jutting out of the wall a little bit further down. From this, you can see that there's this. It looks like a makeshift barricade at the other end, and the water's going through it because there's little cracks in it. But yeah, the barricade is there. What is everyone's passive perception?
11.
Did you say
11
12?
too.
Okay, so Leah Ross, what you spot, and anyone else who has 12 or higher, what you spot is that underneath this white crystal, which is about 15 feet in front of you, underneath this white crystal, there is a black silhouette of a person on the ground. And the crystal is sort of flickering a little bit. The light in it is flickering and crackling a little bit.
With a dark vision, how silhouette look?
Oh, you won't need dark vision. This is emitting light.
Oh, right. Fair enough. I just thought maybe the dark vision would help us that a bit.
Not in this case, no. The silhouette appears to be black.
Okay, I will summon my glaive. I will ask. I will turn to Rose and say, "Light, please," for a light spell on top of my in the tip of my glaive, so I can use that
Just the tip.
as a light stick. Just tip, yeah. As a light stick for our humans.
Would light
We
actually
have two
work
now.
on that?
Yes,
Well,
you can. You can.
Yeah.
You can cast light on objects and they will glow.
Yeah, I was just trying to think with it being the technically. Oh no, I suppose it's just a magical item, isn't it? Yeah, I'll cast light for you.
Thank you.
Okay, so the light spreads out and you're able to see a lot clearer now. Now the silhouette is it's the shape of a person, but it is pitch black on the ground there. And you can still see the effect of the moonlight, but it's obviously dimmed now that you've got your own light source. It's not as obvious, which is coming from the southern wall. And yeah, so the crystal's about 15 feet ahead of you. And
Does the silhouette
wall is
look
25.
like anything like the shadows we've encountered before?
Do you mean like when you've lit a torch, or do you mean the creature
When
shadow?
you fought shadows. When you fought shadows before.
It looks a bit like one, but it might not be. It certainly is a shadow that is humanoid shaped. Now, whether it is a capital S shadow, you don't know.
Can I roll an Arcana to make sure?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, roll Arcana.
While you're doing
Yeah,
that,
that's
I'm going to
another natural 5, so I
I'm going to lean over to Greenmate and say, I dare you to poke it.
I
dare you.
approach.
Okay. How close are you getting? How your reach is 10 feet, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And what are the rest of you doing while Leros is approaching?
I'm actually
Seeing him
helping,
approaching, I'm going to get my sword and shield ready.
Okay.
Okay.
If our young cleric is still on the ground, I'm actually going to help her up.
Okay. So, position-wise, Glarus is at the front. Ruzad, I presume, second. Then Grounded, then Eao, and our cleric, whose name I've forgotten the moment I passed out onto a different page. Lisa.
I'm climbing up on the ceiling.
You're on the ceiling. Okay, that's fine. The ceiling is only about 5 foot high, so you're still the same height as everyone else, but you're now upside down.
Okay, well, I'm just being
glad
extra.
it's tall enough that her head is not in the sewage.
Yes. You are closer to the sewage, so the smell is stronger, but you're not in the sewage. Okay, so I'm just getting positions there. Okay, excellent.
Yeah, the price of being extra.
So, Leros,
does my knowledge of
Oh, sorry, Grant?
Does my knowledge of alchemy tell me anything about the sewage?
It sure is sewage. Tell you what, you can do a tools proficiency, alchemy tools proficiency, if you want to sample some sewage, put it in your kit and check it out. That's going to take about 10 minutes, though. I mean, you can. There's no problem with that. You're not rushed for time at the moment. But
yeah. Anyone mind if I do that while you do first?
Yeah, if you want to sit down, set it up, get the Bunsen burner going and all that, that's fine.
I already dared Greenmane to poke the body.
Glarus is on the way.
Okay, Greenmane. Glarus. As you approach, I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw, please. Because what happens is the crystal suddenly glows extremely bright and a bolt of lightning sends straight at you. Seems that was sort of a shadow of a creature, but it was the remnants of one, not a shadow.
Oh, it's just the scorched remains.
Yeah.
Excellent. This dice is not treating me well tonight, so that is a natural 1, which I'm pretty sure does not pass.
Yeah, that's not going to pass. So you are going to take... You're going to take 12 points of lightning damage. Ruzad, please make me a dexterity saving throw, because the light now hits off of Leros and crackles onwards to the next person in the row.
I could not have counterspelled that, could I? It's already been
That is
cast a long
11.
time ago.
I doubt that's
a
going to
long
be
time ago.
enough.
No, that's not going to be enough. You take 10 points of lightning damage. Next up, Grounded. I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw as the lightning continues. It's going doof, doof, doof.
Is this going to interrupt my alchemy?
It might a little bit, yeah. Just a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, you only got started, so...
Okay, I've got a +6 to dexterity saving throw, so I'm sure I'll be fine. Hey, that's an 18.
Okay, you're alright. And the spell fizzles out there. So it only continues as long as it continues to hit. So yes, you're fine. You take no damage. It's not a half damage situation, and the crystal suddenly loses all light, and it goes completely inert.
I sigh in pain and I poke the corpse.
Sure, it is.
I did it.
It is not. It's not really a corpse. It's kind of just the shadow of it left behind after the light glowed so bright on the ground, and just it's a thin veneer of ash in the shape of a human, basically.
Okay, but still, I poke it.
Count yourself lucky you didn't get hit by it when it was at its full power. Is the thought that comes to you there?
What skill am I rolling for alchemy, by the way?
So what you're doing is an investigation. So investigation, but with your tool. Oh, not investigation. Sorry, intelligence with your tool proficiency.
Okay, so that's +3.
Yeah, just while we're waiting for that.
11.
roll.
Sorry.
Yep, that's fun.
There sure is some sewage.
Oh, I expected that answer. Okay, can I hear any of that moaning that we could hear before?
Yes, actually. What you can hear at the moment, there is a lot of dripping water, there's a lot of creeping water, a lot of splashes and puddles and that sort of thing. Further away, you can hear a really heavy rushing water, like a really big waterfall sort of level. But through all this, you can hear moaning. You can hear the sounds of basically zombies as they stumble about. And it's sort of echoing all around, so you're not 100% sure where it's coming from. But given there's only one entrance that isn't blocked off at the moment, to your knowledge, which is the one to the south, it's probably coming from that direction.
I'm going to go and investigate.
Zombie adventure time.
Okay, so you head round to the corner, and there's a larger chamber that goes to the south. Now, the archway that you poke your head around, basically. It reveals vaulted ceilings, much higher up, about 20 foot here, enveloping a row of surface-level grates through which light from the world above streams in. This must be at the back of one of the warehouses or something. Bathed in this light is a large statue of a frog. Its eye sockets contain 2 large purple gems. They glint in the light and look almost as if they're watching you. 2 piles of bloody remains sit in each corner of this room, dusted in pink salt piles. The tiles beneath them are drenched in brackish blood, but most of their bodies are nowhere to be seen. The room itself is, width-wise, which is sort of... you're looking at the shorter length of the wall, and then it goes much further down. It goes about 60 feet down, and it is about 30 feet wide on your side. There's a couple of pillars in it, and the more water runs through as well. The frog's about halfway down, and it is on the western wall.
I will say that, like, as Eao's going to follow Rosette to see what's going on, she's going to grab the inert crystal.
Okay, it's wedged in the wall, so it's going to be quite difficult to free it, but you can definitely give it a go.
From a crowbar.
Yeah, the crowbar is going to make that a lot easier. If you'd like to use the crowbar, it's going to be a raw strength check. It's not going to be athletics. It's going to be raw strength to pull it out. And crowbar, does it give you advantage? Yeah, it's advantage or +5.
I have it in my
Yes.
I have it in my starting
advantage.
I don't know anything about it.
I know there's something that gives you +5 to something. I think it's battering rams to knocking down doors or something. So you'll have advantage.
I'm sorry, what was that?
You'll have advantage on a strength check to pry it free from the rock.
That is a 19 -1, 18.
Unfortunately, it's not budging.
Can I try?
Can I also try?
I just take my crowbar out of Eao's hands and give it a shot.
Yeah, everyone who wants to do it,
roll
roll it
2.
at the same time. You may as well.
Yeah,
Is this a strength check or an athletics
Strength
check?
check, not athletics.
I only got 17.
I got an 8.
No luck, I'm afraid. It's staying wedged in there.
Oh, wait, with advantage.
Oh, who didn't like that?
Yeah,
11.
that's new.
Still not going anywhere, I'm afraid. Yeah, it's not going anywhere, I'm afraid. The crystal is fully shoved in there.
Do you know, I will at least give it a try, because I know they're going to bother me too.
Strength check with advantage, please.
You can have my crowbar.
For 9, yeah. Not going to work.
It ain't going anywhere, I'm afraid.
That is a tough crystal.
Where do you have boot blistered anyway? Hold it?
Can I have a perception check, please, Rosette?
That's a lot better. That is a 17.
Okay. You are certain that those purple gems in the eyes of that fucking frog statue moved when you moved.
Okay, I'm going to move a bit to the right while staring at the eyes.
They swivel ever so slightly.
Okay.
Is it just the gems moving or the whole head moves?
It's just the gems, but they are tilting in the statues. Sort of eye sockets there.
Okay.
Just looking at the Rosette.
Considering I have no self-preservation, I'm going towards them.
Okay. Doesn't do anything. But they are continuing to look at you.
Can I cast invisibility and follow?
You can do.
Yes.
That's no problem. Lisanne goes, so, can we leave yet?
There's still work to do.
Sorry
Yep,
to say,
fine.
this is the beginning of the adventure.
Okay, but
Congratulations on your first dungeon.
that's a lot of blood. And I know I've seen blood before, and I'm okay with blood, but these people didn't die well. And the blood is usually... Look, I see cuts sometimes. Some people have accidents. That's okay, because those are accidents. Okay, I've been to one murder scene, right? But when you're at a murder scene, the murderer isn't still there, okay?
Listen, this is why you're here. This is why we're all here.
I don't know why I'm here anymore.
Actually, can I change what I said before? Can I cast invisibility on the cleric?
You absolutely can. I believe do that as part of invisibility. I think it is a touch spell. It's not just self. So yeah, sure.
Yep. There you go. Now you'll be safe.
She looks at her hands and goes, what happened to my hands? What did you do? Where is my
Very
body?
difficult for us to find you, though.
Where is it?
If you try
Just
to do
starts like-
anything, you should become visible.
I mean,
again.
actually, to be honest, you can't see her doing that. You can just hear a voice going, where is it? Where am I? Where is it? Where am I? Like, next to you. You have no idea what she's doing.
It's okay. You're just invisible. Everything's still there.
Okay. Breathe. Okay. Okay. And she starts muttering a small prayer to herself. Okay.
And
Praise be to
not an
Marion,
action.
he will guide us. Praise be to Marion, he will guide us. Praise be to Marion, he will guide us. Praise be to Marion, he will guide us. Okay, so Rosad, you are approaching the statue and it does nothing. Well, the eyes move. Still.
It stares at me.
It stares at you, but it doesn't. Nothing changes in the situation.
Can I pluck its eyes out?
Of course.
That's another way to be invisible.
You technically still have the crowbar if you want to use that.
I mean, yeah. I haven't necessarily asked for it back.
Go for it. The same as with the crystal strength check with advantage.
I'm going to burn my inspiration.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Now, let's see if I can get a third 2 in a row.
It reminds me of when I literally rolled 3
I'm just going to roll it here.
Do you need to get rid of those? Do you need to get rid of those dice? Do you just need to replace
Dice
that
fell
one,
off
never use it again? You want this D20 that I got from Al,
desk.
because it's only 20 so far.
19.
Combat's going to be fun for you. Yeah, they pop out.
It was the dice fell off the desk, so.
They pop out. They're pretty large gems. You're not 100% sure how much they're worth just yet, but if you take them to an appraiser, I'm sure you can get them looked at.
Would Eao be able to give a rough estimate based on sight?
Sure, yeah. They are not particularly fancy gems, but they are large, so that really helps. They're probably worth 200 gold pieces each.
Those are some pretty nice gems there. I'd say 100, 150 each. If you want, I could point you to a fence that can buy them from you.
And
I'm fairly sure we know the same fence there.
Lyros, you hear the moaning of the zombies has gotten louder. I say you have because you have the highest passive perception.
Excellent. Am I the only one proficient in perception?
I believe so. You're very good at hearing things.
Yeah.
I have a lot of proficiencies. Perception isn't one of them.
I am our makeshift ranger now because I also am proficient in survival.
Actually, I am as well.
You say that, but you lot are all about to die. Can you roll me initiative, please?
Yes,
Oh, really?
As around the corner come a lot of shambling figures. Let me move you onto the right map. Alright.
Finally, something nice.
Yeah, don't tell me yet, because I'll have to do group initiative for this. Okay. Let's head back to the main screen, and I will start asking for initiatives. Who has more than 20?
22.
Oh, several people. Okay. So, Lyros is 22, Rosad?
21.
21, and Eao?
22.
22. Okay, so it's going to be about dexterity, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be Eao then.
I have a
I got a
15.
natural 20 for what it matters, it doesn't.
It doesn't. Okay, so that is going to be Eao first. Then it is going to be Lyros. That's weird to write. I haven't done that before. Then it is going to be Rosad. Okay, who's got more than 15? Actually, no. Bree, what have you got? Because you're the only one left.
I've got 17.
17? This is a
would be
really good
such
set of
a
initiative
shame.
rolls. This is impressive.
Imagine if Brioche had rolled low and you had gone all the way down like an asshole.
Yes, imagine if the rogue had the lowest roll for initiative. How embarrassing that would be.
Both the highest and the lowest in this.
Okay.
The rogue goes first, the rogue goes last. As far as
What else do they have? Okay, so... Alright, map on, here we go. So, what you see shambling towards you are at least 8 zombies. They are moaning and groaning and making all sorts of terrible noises like I do when I get out of a chair. And there's another shape that you can see in the shadows, but you're not 100% sure what they are. Eao, you are up first.
Question.
Yes?
Are the zombies French?
No.
They want to eat us.
Have no. Eao, up to you.
Yeah, I'm going to run about up to right here,
Okay.
which is only about 15 feet of my movement, if I'm looking at this right.
Yep. That'd be about 15 feet.
And I'm going to, with my flask of what I'm hoping is actually holy water, I'm going to throw it at that front zombie.
Okay, so you're making an improvised ranged attack at the front zombie. Okay, roll that, and we'll see what happens. It's probably going to hit.
So that'll be improvised weapons. What do I add to the modifier?
So because you have proficiency, you will... So as it's ranged, it'll be dexterity.
Okay.
So it'll be dexterity plus your proficiency, because you have proficiency in improvised weapons.
Yeah. And our proficiency recently went up to how convenient.
I'm going to put it this way, it's going to be very hard for you to miss.
Yeah, that's a 19.
A 19. Okay, so splash. The vial of what you hope is holy water splashes against the zombie, and the zombie shrieks. Roll damage, which I believe is 2d6.
Yeah, that is a total of 9 radiant damage.
9 radiant damage. Fun thing about zombies, radiant damage doesn't do extra to them. But yeah, no.
Shadows on the other hand.
So that is going to affect that.
However,
okay.
Oh no, sorry. It only affects them if they're fiend or undead.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just you got water on me. How dare you?
Yeah.
But yes, that's still good damage. Anything else? You've got your bonus action, of course.
I still have the rest of my movement, which I'm going to do to back up over here.
Okay, so you're moving back up to the top. All right.
Yeah, and that'll be my turn.
Okay, over to Leros.
Right, I will move over next to Raz, and I will throw down some Eldritch Bolts.
Okay.
One at each of the front zombies.
Each of the front zombies, Eldritch Blast. All right. Crackling green energy. Is it still green now that you've dropped the green main thing?
It's golden.
Golden now.
It's golden.
Lovely.
That is
Golden
not great.
shower.
Golden shower, no. Okay, let's see how not great that is. That is an 8 and an A16.
Okay, they both hit.
Or do that.
Zombies aren't wearing much armor. Let's put it that way. They're also not very dexterous.
Plus, they are pretty shambling. So
Yeah, it's quite easy to hit
Here's my
zombies. The problem
D10s.
is they hit back.
I've got the pinky. I'm gonna roll the pink.
Nice.
The pink one is going for the one on the left. The black
One on the left?
is going on the one on the right. Yeah. So that's gonna be 6 damage on the left and 8 on the right.
Okay. Very good. The one on the right is, well, bloody's not the right word because they don't have blood, but
Severely decomposed.
severely, like, crumbly now. A lot crumblier than before.
Has become pussy.
Yeah. Mangled, pussy, crumbling. Certainly a lot worse than before. The other one is still up and happy. And we go to Rizad.
With this feature here, is that actually a wall? Is that just a decoration on the floor?
That central feature is a little bit of a wall, yeah. It's kind of like a pillar in the middle of an archway. It's 2 curved archways next to each other, basically. And that wall is the divider
Okay.
down the middle. The sort of
if I
thing
went
you're seeing in front of
say-
it is like a metal support to just hold it in place.
Yeah. So if I went here, I'd only be able to attack the ones back here.
Yes. Until they got closer.
Yeah. I will move up to there, and I will use Ruse's second favourite spell,
Okay.
Thunderwave time.
Serum. Oh, right, I see. At your own feet this time, or
Yeah, just remove the floor.
just straight down?
Just remove it. Yeah, no,
Rocket jump
right
with
into them.
Thunderwave. Okay. That sounds
So
good.
that will be enough to hit. That'll be enough to hit the front and the back.
Yes, it will. With where you are, you probably can hit all 4 of them, I think, honestly, because that wall isn't very thick. So I think, yeah, you
So
can
I'm about
probably
to
hit
take
all
out
4.
a wall with my. Oh my god, my Thunderwave is just destructive.
It is,
I'm just gonna.
which is why I keep
mean,
getting
that's
worried
the
when you try to
Thunderwave.
point it at your own feet.
Yeah, I think of Nick's foot fetish.
Yeah, don't destroy those feet. They're hot.
Okay. Anyway, so
I'm very tempted to
lots
just
of
reach this call.
there'll be 4 lots of con save, right?
4 lots of con saves. Okay. Alright, what have zombies got for con? Okay. So that's a 9. So we'll start top left and we'll go clockwise. That's a 9. That's a natural one. Good lord, that's an 11. And the last one, that is a 7. They have +3 on this.
All of them take 15 damage and are pushed back 10 feet.
Okay, so I'm going to have to do some things. Hold on a second. So the one
That-
in the
that
top
bottom right
right that is
Is there rules for enemies being thrown into other enemies?
there aren't, but I might
That would
do. I
have to
might
be
do
a
some
homebrewed
things. Hang
rule.
on a second. So, so they just took 15 points of damage. So this has to take a Constitution saving throw. Fucked it. Right. That zombie is dead. Okay, the others are still up. The one that had previously been hit by Eldritch Blast is now extremely bloodied. And the others have taken 15 points of damage. They're both bloodied as well, and they are getting thrown back. How far back was that?
That is 10 feet.
Into these, I'm going to sort of push them like that into like a line like that. I am going to say these two are going to take a bit of bludgeoning damage. I won't say. I said the people behind won't, or the zombies behind won't, but they will. How much health does that give them? Roll me 1d6, please, and we'll sort that out for bludgeoning.
5.
All right, hang on a sec.
That was a couple.
It's another one dead. So, you know how I said this thing was only rolling 20s? It's now only done 5 or lower for rolls. I will not be using one of these.
This dice also works quite often.
And just because I know it is going to come up, I'm going to use the last 5 feet of my movement just to move 5 feet back.
Okay. So the other two are really crumbly now, but they are still up. The zombies at the back are obviously fine. Okay, after Ruz, we go to grounded.
Okay. I'm just going to take my short bow and shoot the frontmost zombie.
Short bow, frontmost, okay.
And I'm going to use the aim action to make it a...
Okay, you're steadying it, so you're using your movement to draw a bead on it and just really line it up. So you'll get advantage on the roll and be able to add your sneak attack damage, of course, because you'll have advantage.
Oh, and it's a good thing I did that because I got a natural 1. That's a 13 to hit. 13
to hit does hit. So roll me damage, please.
Okay.
Is that the bottom left or the bottom right one? Sorry, of the two that are next to each other.
Oh, that's the bottom left one I was aiming
bottom
for.
Left? Okay, sure.
Just sort of whizzes over Riz's shoulder.
Yeah.
I just realized I hit one of those guys on a natural 2.
Okay, that's 19 damage.
19 damage! Hang on a sec, I've got to roll something. I'm going to use the other d20. 19 damage. Is it possible to beat it? Well, they haven't. So that's dead.
Can I use Whales from the Grave on the one next to it? I'm not entirely sure if they're immune to necrotic damage or not, but...
You can certainly try.
Okay, so I have a bunch of ghosts scream at the one next to it.
Yep, the ghosts are angry. Well, one of them is cackling. One of them seems quite happy. He's going...
Anything for you, dearie?
Get out of my head, liquid!
How much damage was that for the...
I don't think you've had enough tea there, grounded.
How much damage was that?
That's a 1 plus a... Oops, that's 6 total. 6
total. Let me just roll a save. Okay, that one passes. So that one looks like you should have killed it, but it, through some strength inside, some evil necrotic energy, it is able to keep going, and it is still up.
Oh, yeah.
On the other hand, that's almost an entire group of zombies dead.
Through sheer will and determination of a shambling corpse, it lives.
Well, let me put it this way, it wasn't a wisdom save, I'm honest. They'd have been struggling. Okay, with that done, it is now actually the last zombies go. It finally gets to move in. So it's going 5, 10, 15, 20 towards Ruzad and is going to do a slam. So it just goes straight into you. And that is a 20. And it is doing...
Okay, yeah, that's going to hit.
6 bludgeoning damage. And that's its go. Then, around the back, 2 more shapes come in. And they are emaciated undead creatures with massive tongues. And they're going 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 2 ghouls have arrived. And then the zombies behind are coming in. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Can't quite reach you from there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And they're going to be in a conga line, apparently. 5, 10, 15, 20, and 5, 10, 15, 20, like that. They're like pushing to get past each other, but they can't. And we go back to the top of the round, to Eao. By the way, Lisanne is sort of panicking in the corner. Kind of. You can hear breathing, very, very rapid breathing. Just like
How?
Okay, so Eao is going to use one of her tricks, specifically her card throw.
Okay, so you're going full gambit.
Yeah, it starts with me going to roll a 1d8, and that is a 7.
Okay.
For until the end of my next turn, all of my any sort of cards I have on me are treated as basically throwing knives, as daggers for throwing attacks, and they do 1d4 plus the result of my die, which in this case is 7.
Yeah.
And
Okay, and I may attack with the throwing card as a bonus action. But that was my bonus action to start that up, so I only have my regular one. Okay. Which is going for this guy.
The one at the front?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So that'd be against this one. All right. Roll me an attack, please.
That is 14 plus 5,
That'll
19.
hit. Yeah. For the purposes of this, their AC is 8. So it's pretty easy to hit them.
Yeah, that's 11 damage.
11 damage. Very nice. That is a bloodied zombie. Wow.
Yeah, that is max damage on that card.
Very nice. Okay. We will go to Leros.
One question.
Mm-hmm.
How structurally sound does that tunnel look?
Pretty solid, yeah. It's reinforced with a big, heavy beam of iron. It seems pretty solid.
Good. Eao, sorry about the structural damage, and I shatter into that mess. Making sure not to hit Ross, so probably going to not get the first row. Like I probably won't get the zombie right next to Ross, but I should get the rest of them.
Okay. It's a circle from a point that you have a certain range, presumably 60 feet. They usually are.
Yeah, each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on the point that I choose.
Okay. So which point do you choose?
I shall choose here.
Okay. So 5, 10. All right. I think that's going to get the one directly in front of us. It's not going to get the one closest to you, but it'll get the one directly in front of us, the one to its right, the two to the south. Will you get that one? I think so. Yeah, you'll get the ghoul. You won't get the ghoul at the back, but you'll get the one at the front as well.
Yeah, I was thinking at least hit the 5 targets there. So that's gonna be a Constitution saving throw or 6 damage.
Okay, I will start with the singular one from the original group that is in front of Ruz. So that is a saving throw of 10, which I'm assuming doesn't pass. Then, for the other ones, I will do the zombies in order of the next group. So that is another 10. That is a 15. And that is an 11. So your DC is...
My saving DC is 14.
14. So the middle one of the vertical line passes. This one here. And the other two around it fail. And let's do the ghoul. What do you have for Constitution? Less. That is a 9, so that's a failure as well. So 6 points, did you say?
Yes.
Okay.
So I did get 27 points of damage off, but I could have rolled higher on 3d8.
So that one is going to...
Oh, oops. My bad. 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage.
I forgot to have level 3 spell slots now.
Okay, you've used a level 3 spell slot for that.
Yeah, I only have...
Oh, of course, because you're a warlock. Yeah. No, that's fine. Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
All your spells are third level spells, even the cantrips.
Okay, that one.
Luckily they don't use...
That one is going to need to roll a save. That one... Nope, doesn't pass it. So that one's dead as well. That's an entire group of zombies annihilated. Very nicely done. Ruz can have a slight breather. None of the others are bloodied yet, but it's pretty close. They took good damage.
I'll move in closer to try and prevent too many from moving in.
Okay. All right. After that, it is Ruz.
Would you say that last one? No, I wouldn't probably get the angle to get all 4 of them anyway. Okay. Gonna burn another Thunderwave slot.
Okay.
Aiming about here, so it'll hit those 3.
2, 3. It's 10 feet from you, is it? Or is it 15?
15.
Oh, yeah. It just won't hit the ghoul.
The other one just fits.
It'll get those 3 in, absolutely. Okay. That's Constitution saves, so let me do that.
And
from the front to the back.
Quickly do the roll.
16, 18, and 10.
Now they're getting the rolls.
Yeah. I used both d20s for that as well.
So for the one that failed,
that's the one at the back.
24 damage.
24 damage. Good lord. Okay, that one is as yet undamaged, but will now be doing a save to see if it dies. Actually, it auto fails because that's enough damage to kill it. Because the DC is based on the damage taken, and it can't beat that DC. So that one's dead.
And the ones that failed, the ones that succeeded, 12.
12 damage. Okay.
And they don't get pushed back because they succeeded on the save.
Sure. They are still up, but looking very, very shaky. Very shaky indeed.
So one of the corpses just got flunked towards them. The ghoul.
Yeah, one of the corpses just gone whoop, straight back. Yeah,
The ghoul catches it. Romeo, my friend.
it'll be back up in a sec,
Okay.
I'm sure. And we
So
go.
you did say I'm outside of.
Yeah, you're not
reaction
in attack of opportunity range there. You're just outside. I said because otherwise they would have attacked earlier.
Okay, in which case I'm going to back up to about there.
Okay, over to grounded.
Okay.
Oh, and I'll burn a bardic inspiration to give Glarus a bardic die.
Okay,
So keep a D8 ready for any rolls.
Yes, dear.
okay.
I'm gonna use the pink one.
What's happening, grounded?
Okay, I'm just gonna take a steady aim action against this one.
Okay, the ghoul at the back. So you're trying to like weave through all of the zombies ahead.
Yeah.
Okay,
Took a shot.
Okay, that's 16 to hit.
that won't hit, I'm afraid.
Oh.
It's unfortunate, but it had 3/4 cover, and you don't have sharpshooter.
Yeah.
It was close
Oh, well.
though. It was extremely close, but it just goes ping into the wall and flies off. With that done, we go to the ghouls. This one's coming 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and is going to slash at you with its claws, Glarus. So that is a 15. Does that hit your AC?
Does it hit?
Okay, that's it. They don't have multi-attack because they usually come in so many numbers, so don't worry about that. The next one is coming in 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's going to dash up to Ruzad, but that's its dash. It can't attack. We go over to the zombies. This one is going to strike. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll move them all at once. This one's coming in like that, sort of next to it. This was going 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 like that. And they're all three going to attack you.
Understood. Tell me if anything was 17 or higher.
Okay. No. Yes, one zombie has. So we'll do it. It doesn't matter. One zombie's hit, and the last one has critted. So
Okay.
one
In that case,
hit, one crit.
I will burn the shield. How much was the hit?
It was a 17.
Okay, then yeah, I'll burn the second spell slot I had, and I won't take that one.
You use
Because I'm taking
that's
a
your
crit.
last spell slot. You use your last spell slot and
Yep.
just goes and put up a big shield. The light diverts it away. Okay, so you will still take the crit though. And let me have a look. How much damage is that? Oh, it's not too bad. Don't worry, you'll be all right. So the slam I did max damage, of course. The slam comes in, dealing 13 points of bludgeoning damage. 2d6. That's all it was, but +1. Yeah, that was a heavier hit than I was expecting. Okay, that's them done, and we go to Eao.
Alright, so, how are the zombies over here by Rosad looking?
So the one by Rosad is looking pretty good. That is a ghoul.
No, sorry, not Rosad. Glarus.
Oh, Glarus. Oh, in that case. So the three zombies over there, two of them are extremely bloodied. The other one is bloodied. And the ghoul, which is the one directly to his left, is at full health.
Which are the ones that are extremely bloody?
The two that are extremely bloodied are the two on the right. So the furthest right one and the one slightly to the right as well. To its
Gotcha.
It is there.
I was going to move here.
Okay.
And double cards.
Double cards.
One on each of the right one.
Very nice. All right. So yeah,
that is a 9 and a 12.
9 and a 12. They'll both hit because it's AC 8.
Do I get sneak attack for adjacent enemies on ranged attacks, or is that melee only?
That's all attacks. Yeah.
Okay. So the first one, the one directly right to Rose,
Mm-hmm.
that one takes.
I'm still Glarus.
Sorry, Glarus. I get people mixed up.
It's between faces. I get it.
I should have
Okay, grounded.
used this one for the ghoul, but I'm a fool. Yeah, no, that one takes.
I mean, the more damage you
22
do, the more
damage.
likely you are to kill him. Okay, that's a guaranteed death. Okay, on to the next one.
Because that one gets the sneak attack as well.
Ah, yes. So that one's dead.
The other one takes 9.
9. Okay, so I've got to do a save. No. Oh, it makes it. That's unusual. So the one to the south of Ruzad's health has actually not changed. But
Oh right, that's the
not
one
Ruzad,
that
Leos, you got me
ones.
doing it now. But the one to the right
Leo
has
Ruzad.
died. Yeah. But that one is it's It's knitted together by some extremely arcane devilry that's keeping it up. But not literal devilry, Leros, before you ask.
I mean, don't tell me. Clearly, he's worried about it.
Yeah, okay. And then Eao's going to use the last of her ridiculous amount of movement to go to this side to flank these two for...
Okay, sure, yeah.
Yes.
There'll be no attacks of opportunity because you're just going to stay within 5 feet, so you'll be fine. Not that would be a huge problem for you anyway. Okay, over to Leros.
Alright, I'm gonna curse the ghoul.
Curse the ghoul. Okay, very nice.
Yeah, and I'm gonna glaive him. That's gonna be a... Wait.
Do you remember if you're a bit low, you do have that bardic inspiration die?
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember what my modifier is. That's gonna be an 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, that's gonna be 7 plus 3 plus 3, 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage.
And the second strike is gonna be also an 18 to hit.
Okay.
For 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. That makes 25 in total. He's dead.
Excellent, that means I heal. Woo!
He crumbles to the ground, completely dead. Very nice.
And I get 8 hit points back.
Okay. Ruzat.
Yes. I think I'm just going to take a swing at this one with my scimitar.
Okay, go for it.
So that is a 18 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, and I'm going to do my damage roll. So that's a 9 plus my flourish, which I'll do slashing. So that should be a d8 now, which is an extra 7. So that's 16 damage.
16 damage. That is a dead ghoul. Very nice. Let me just delete it. Oh, let me delete both of them, actually.
I was looking at it like,
Whoops.
I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be there.
Yep.
There were a lot of zombies, but they didn't expect us to just have nothing but AoE attacks.
In fairness, this is the easiest combat in this area.
Yeah, I figured.
You've got to start you off easy. You're rusty. You've not gotten used to the dread. It's been 4 weeks.
And then I'll move right up into the zombie's face. And how much health are you on, Leros?
11.
That's not too bad.
I was on 3. Thank you for the horse cock.
You were on 3. Okay.
So that is 7.
Okay.
Thanks.
Over to grounded.
Because it's 2d4 plus 3.
Nice.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
So to start with, I just look at the cleric, or rather where I roughly think the cleric might be, and say, so I don't suppose you know anything to do about undead, do you?
You hear this. They're fucking everywhere. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. Oh god.
Yep, she's probably not going to be helping.
Not at the moment, no.
Does anyone have a lemon?
So I might pass out.
Okay, yeah, I'm just going to join everyone over here, and since I'm going to assume the zombies are being flanked, I'll sneak attack.
Not from that angle, but you do get...
Huh?
Yeah, they won't be flanked from right there. If you keep going one more down, you'll get flanked. But yeah, you'd still get sneak attack anyway because you've got an ally right next to him.
Okay, so I'm going to sneak attack this zombie.
Okay.
That's a 25.
Yeah, that hits.
Look, I was having to add up numbers in my head. I was in pain. Pain!
Okay, how much damage is that? I'm assuming a fuck ton.
Alright, so that's 1d8 plus 3 for my rapier. I'm going to find my d8 any second now. Wait, is that my d8? That's my d8. So that's 4 plus 3, so 5, 7, 11, and a 7, that's 17.
17 points of damage. Okay, let's see if it survives. No, that one's dead as well. Whales from the grave, I assume?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I only get 2 more of those until a short... Yeah, I'm probably going to get... I'll get a chance for a short... Yeah, I'll use it.
I will just say, whenever you're in dungeons, do not assume you're going to get a short rest around me. I mean, you can try, but don't assume that everything else in the dungeon is going to sit in whatever room they're in waiting for you.
I've got my traps, so I'll be fine.
Especially as something knows you're here now.
Okay. So 2 and 6. 8 damage total.
8 damage total. Alright, that won't kill that one, but it's good damage. It's good damage, especially as you didn't even have to roll an attack for that one. So yeah, it is still up, and I presume it's now its go. So it is going to strike at Ruzad, I believe. Let's have a look. Well, it's going to miss, because it got a 7. So that's its go, and we go back to the top with Eao. Eao, I'm assuming you're just going to kill this thing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stab it with my rapier.
Might as well.
Does a 17 hit?
A 17 will definitely hit.
Okay.
No, 17 sounds like it's less than 8.
It's a 7 in there.
This one might secretly be a cleric,
Oh, right.
You never know.
Adding in the
About
sneak
there.
attack damage, it takes 21.
21. Hang on. That would mean I would have to pass a constitution save of 26. No. Got a 20, but no. That is another dead zombie. So, I'm going to give you the XP for that one because I happen to have it in front of me right now. So you got 800 experience points to share amongst yourselves. 200 each.
So I was going to say it's 200 each.
Divided by 5 because there's a cleric there. No.
Look, all I'm saying is she needs the experience.
She runs around the corner, and you can't see that, but you can hear her footsteps because she's not being very quiet. And
Both
she
Eao and
splashes over.
Glarus
She's like,
fucked up the pigment muff earlier because Glarus was still counting on Gorin being there.
she's like, oh my god, that was terrifying, but intense. Let's do it again.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Set up traps. Let's try and get some rest before we continue.
Yeah.
And she
I give her an
immediately
apple.
runs off.
No,
Oh, no.
I'm chasing after.
I gotcha.
I'm following.
All right, so you're trying to catch her. Yeah, Leros, can you roll me with disadvantage an athletics or acrobatics check because she's invisible.
Suddenly wish I took blind side.
That is going to be it's a 6-sided one.
Okay. Oh yes, that'd be contested against her. Well, it's all right. She's not very strong, is she? Oh yeah, no, yeah. She doesn't. She shrugs it off and keeps going and rounds the
Can I make a
corner.
dive to try and catch her?
Rounds the corner and screams. A blood-curdling
I would
scream.
Yeah, follow up.
Because what she's walked into is something a bit more worrisome. She wasn't
Macabre.
expecting to have to deal with this. Ooh, yes, macabre. That's the perfect word for it. Room appears to be made of 2 parallel sewers that have been knocked into one chamber. Ranks of stone slabs, half of them holding bodies in various states of decay, file around a central raised stone platform that spans the length of the room. At the far end, the platform widens to the full width of the room and holds a closed and barred door. It's actually 2 doors next to each other. In the 2 troughs, either side of the platform, stand 12 massive stone altars, each one bearing dry, shriveled corpses in various states of decay. The sewage at your feet falls into these troughs and disappears through great covered pipework at the western end. At the far end of the room, stood over one corpse, and muttering to himself, is a pale figure in a black cloak. He looks up to you and says, "What are you doing here?
You the one responsible?
This is private property."
This is a city sewer.
Well, yes, but I moved in first.
Hey, this was first and foremost.
Did you not see the
city
door? Did you not see how... Did you not see my
There's no
guardian
door from where we
statue?
came from.
Did you not see the sign? Did you not see the crystal? You made it all the way past and you thought you weren't trespassing?
I mean, let's be honest here. I'm the city official here. You're the one trespassing.
Whatever do you mean? City official?
Show me your paperwork.
No, I don't think I will. You wander into my home, and you make demands like that?
Look,
This is as far as we're concerned the city sewer.
Look.
And those
look,
are citizens.
Look, we can argue about who owns what all day. Your zombies are out there terrorizing people. Why?
They're doing nothing of the sort.
Why are they out on the street?
Well, I have errands. I'm too busy to go out myself. I have work. I have work to do. The most important works.
Have you been snatching fresh corpses off the street?
Oh, God, a barbaric.
Magically.
And where did you get these then? I start pointing my rapier at the various corpses at the side.
Waves his hands in front of his face. No. I won't be questioned. I won't be interrogated like this. No. He raises his hands, and every undead comes to life, and he disappears.
So each of these comes to life?
There are a lot of undead that have just come to life, yes.
I think we should run.
Lisanne goes, we're doing it again, yeah?
No.
Adventure!
Not this time.
Not this.
I pick up the invisible child and run.
Yeah, this is the part of the adventure where we sprint as fast as we can.
So you hear all the shambling creatures get up behind you, and they start crawling towards you, and you pick up Lisanne and you bolt. Okay, so we're going to run this as a chase. So their movement speed is roughly equivalent to yours, with the exception of Eao, who is super speedy. And Greenland, is yours 40 or 35? Okay. Well, some of them are faster than that, actually. So you may have some issues. It's not just ghouls and zombies here. There are ghasts. There's all sorts of things, and they will be chasing you. Actually, I tell you what. Grounded, can I have a grapple check, please, at disadvantage? Because currently she's still invisible.
Okay, is that athletics or... Oh, wait,
Athletics for you, yeah. Yeah, athletics. Well, I mean, you can choose acrobatics, but...
My acrobatics is actually 9 instead of 8, so...
Oh, really? I thought you were better at athletics.
Yeah.
Well, go for it then. Go for acrobatics. And it will be contested by her athletics.
Behind my furnace. Okay. That is... Can she beat a 28?
At disadvantage, you've got 28.
Oh yeah. Can she beat 28?
Well, she can't. She can't. Well done. She got 23 as well. I was genuinely expecting that not to work for you. But yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine. And she starts screaming, goes, no, I can... as you run off. Like, holding the shape, basically. By the way, I don't know if you know, but you can drop invisibility whenever you want, I think. But, you know, at the moment, she's invisible, she's just on your shoulder, and you can feel her, like, kicking away, going, no, let me do it, I got this.
No, I'll keep her invisible for now. She's safer that way.
I'm running behind Grounded. I look at what I assume is the shape, hoping that I'm actually facing her and saying, first rule of adventuring is no one to fight, no one to run. We're running.
Okay. You're all
also,
running.
I give her an apple to shut her up.
Lyros, are you running?
Yes.
And now I think the final question, Ruzad, are you running?
I'm not staying here alone.
I thought 50-50 that you might stay. With the tiny amount of hit points you have.
Well.
Leave poor Hetty to grow up on her own.
Had you not mentioned ghasts, I might have.
On the way out, as I'm running, I want to grab one of the corpses of the zombies we killed.
Okay, sure. It's going to slow you down to carry a corpse behind you.
Okay.
Slowing down Eao.
Tell you what, give me an athletics check.
Athletics. 12.
I think you're all right then. Yeah, you're okay. I think if it'd been less than 10, you'd have been struggling. But yeah, no, you're okay. I'm just working out in my head if there's any chance that they can catch up to you given the distances. But I think as none of you have had any problems on the way through, I think you're all right. So you make it to where the crystal is. It's still inert. You're fine. Are you heading out back up to the top of the sewers with the zombie in tow?
That's the plan.
Okay. Yep. You get out of there perfectly fine. You're not 100% sure if the zombies are going to come for you though. It is in the middle of the night. Still.
Crates.
At this point, before moving any further, I'm going to put the corpse in the hat of holding.
Okay, add one corpse to your inventory.
Okay, while I was doing that, I will be stealing Lowharbour and dragging a large heavy crate over the manhole.
Okay.
Yep. That's
Okay.
the plan.
There's plenty of crates, obviously. They're everywhere, and you know there's going to be all sorts of different sizes. So you're able to find ones that you'd be able to manage together. As for whether you're able to do it fast enough, though, that is going to be an athletics check. Now, I'm going to say, Ruz, you do it because you're instigating the action, but you have advantage because you have assistance from Lowharbour.
Okay, now here's where the question comes in. Would I have put my sword and shield away to run?
I would assume so, but you didn't.
Okay, in
have
which case
to
I keep
necessarily.
advantage.
Do you not have advantage?
If I have the shield out, I have disadvantage.
What the hell is wrong with your shield?
On strength and dex, because I don't have shield proficiency.
Oh, right, I get you. Well, I presume you would have had to put both of those away to grab a box anyway, so at this point it doesn't matter. Plus you had to climb a ladder.
Yeah, so you want me to do this against my...
Athletics.
What do you want me to roll it against again?
Yeah, athletics.
Remember, you have
Oh, what's
advantage.
the 13? Oh, wait, no, it's not because advantage.
You also have bardic inspiration still, and that will wear off very soon. Lasts a minute, I think.
That's an 18.
Okay. Well, with 18, you're fine. Yeah. You get the crate over there, you put it down over the manhole, just in time, you hear this thudding underneath, this constant banging and moaning. I need better words for this. From inside the manhole. And
Geriatric orgy is at it again.
it's at it again, but they can't seem to shift it because there's already the weight of the metal plate over it, the manhole cover, and then a crate on top of that. That's just going to be too heavy for them to shift. I mean, they're strong, but they're not that strong.
I'm gonna sit on top of the crate.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. It judders occasionally underneath you, but nothing much.
Shall we rest here?
You could.
I think it's best that we find somewhere else to rest for now
Very well.
and make our way back tomorrow.
What if they get us out and they attack people on the streets?
I have a
here?
feeling that won't be the issue. That won't be an issue.
Whoever is doing this does not seem to be doing it to terrorize. They just seem to be self-important and a little less moral than some others.
Okay.
There are almost certainly people closer onto the evil end of the spectrum in this party alone.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so yeah, you can head off to the tavern or something if you want. Like that is open 24/7. The tavern that you're at because everyone's working. There are a couple of people looking at you at the docks now. They sort of come over with the commotion because they're working in nearby places. But they kind of look at you and go, weirdos. You get them at this hour. And yeah, otherwise you're fine. You are perfectly fine to go off and take a rest if you want. Something may happen. I can't guarantee something won't, but to the best of your knowledge.
I mean, I'd be fine with a short rest. I don't know about the rest.
I'd prefer to get a long rest in, but
Oh yeah.
because I'd like to get some of my spell slots back if I can.
Fair shout.
I mean, a long rest is only 8 hours, so that would still allow us to come back in like the afternoon.
Yeah,
Does anyone have paper?
I do.
No.
Probably got some in my pack.
Crockett, can you write zombie infestation below, do not move?
I think
On
just
this-
the do not move.
Paper and just put it on this.
Okay, so I
Don't open dead inside, basically.
Yes.
No, what
Do you
we
know,
need
I would have gone with sentient shit rot. But hey,
do not open. Wait, do not
Don't
open.
open dead inside.
Government's project.
I
You'll
think
not get
just
paid.
the do not move sign would be best.
Yes, because that will prevent anyone from moving it.
I mean, it's a do not move sign in the middle of a warehouse district. No one's going to move it.
do you know what?
That's the thief.
I was going to say I'll add something to that. Do not move under threat of jail by the guard.
There is no honor here. No great deed is commemorated here.
God damn it.
Abandon hope, all ye who enter.
This is not
That's
a
not the way.
place of honor.
That's it.
There are no treasures here. I can't remember the rest of it, but what is here is a mistake or something like that. What is here is
Yeah.
is
We
bad.
considered ourselves a powerful adventuring party.
Yeah, and it went on like that. Yeah. For those unaware of what that is, those are signs people have come up with for marking out nuclear waste that should last 10,000 years into other civilizations.
I am going to ask our young cleric how she's feeling.
She's got her breath back now. She's a little disappointed. She's like, oh, I wanted to do it this time. I could have done it. I know just the spell and I remembered it the moment you stopped.
I'm taking off the invisibility now.
Well, I'm training to be a cleric. The one thing we do, turn undead. At first I thought that meant we turned into zombies, so I didn't like casting it. But it turns out no, it just means turn around.
If assuming you had the prep time, do you think you'd be able to do that tomorrow?
Maybe. I mean, I'll look at my notes.
Because if anything, that's the spell we're going to need your help with.
Just one thing, it doesn't work on all undead. Like there was one in there. There was one in there. I think they're called ghasts. Don't work on them very well.
Do you know what does work on guys?
Swords?
Friendship?
Not so much.
Fire.
I don't know. We haven't done advanced undead. We're not really like. It's not our job to deal with them usually. I mean, I know we can turn them around, but that's it. Like we don't kill them much. That's the paladin's job, really. They do that. But I was just training to heal people mainly, and do funeral rites. I'm very good at ceremony.
I mean, that'll always be useful.
If you need to get married,
But if you could prepare, if you could get yourself in a position where you think you can cast Turn Undead at least more than once, that would be more than enough help tomorrow.
I would definitely only be able to do it once.
Then we'll make it count.
I'll prep my notes. There's a chance it won't work. Don't rely on me.
Yeah.
But I'll try.
Don't worry. Trying is all we need. Because if it works, then that'll put us at a huge advantage. If not, we still make it through. We've been through worse.
Okay,
Listen,
I'll do my
just out of
best.
curiosity, does your pacifism apply to undead?
Well, I don't like killing, but they're already dead, so I don't know. I'm meant to be taking care of the dead, not in a getting rid of way. Kind of last rites and respect and making sure they pass on to without, becoming ghosts and stuff. Preventative more than curative for the undead.
Fair. Well, if a zombie gets in your face, there is nothing wrong with punching its jaw.
Oh no, no. I'm not very good at that. I'm not very good at punching or anything like that. Not good with swords either.
Just something to keep in mind.
Okay. Hey, do you know where we left the snacks? I'm really hungry.
Yeah, this should be around here somewhere. Since we are back at the sewer entrance, and
Yay!
we probably did not take them with us.
I've got carrot
Into
sticks.
the hole.
Ooh, I love carrots.
I just hold up the empty bag.
Oh, do you want some of mine? I brought 2 for me because I snack a lot, but I thought it was best not to take them into the sewer. It's not healthy. You can get shit
plus
wrong
you
that way.
Not really get a choice in going in the sewer.
Yeah. Yeah, about that.
get
Don't
shit
do that
wrong, huh?
again. That wasn't nice.
As we're sitting around talking around this crate that's just thumping beneath my butt, I will cast Prestidigitation to clean everyone from sewage.
She goes, ooh, that
So-
tingle.
So while we
Congratulations.
talk, I'm just cleaning everyone.
Congratulations, you make Eao smell from sewage to homeless person.
We're back.
Or brandy. Give that low marshal smell.
I think this is a good place to stop because you are having a break,
Heading for a long rest.
heading for a rest, and then there's a whole sewer full of undead ahead of you.
I will say
Joy.
before we end, can I the next day, the next day, can I talk again with the dockmaster?
Oh yeah, sure.
Go
Yeah, you can definitely meet him again. He'll be all around the docks, but you can probably send a runner again to get them, or just look around for them yourself. You will find him because he'll be shouting at everyone.
Yeah, I want to pull him aside and ask him if we go somewhere with less people.
Okay, yeah, he'll be up for that. We'll do that. We'll handle that next week, I think. We'll handle that
Okay.
conversation. Not least because otherwise I'll forget what the details are. But yeah, we'll do that next week, and that sounds good. Okay,
Mark it in your notes.
we're back.